American military experts sounded the alarm when they learned that China had created a space weapon. Over the past few years, China's been developing its scientific and military space industry under the auspices of research. However, American intelligence managed to find out that many of China's developments belong to a new type of weapon. So it's not surprising that the U.S. Secretary of Defense held a secret meeting at the Pentagon to discuss space weapons being developed by China.
The wake-up call really was when the Chinese tested their anti-satellite weapon against their own satellite. Clear demonstration that the technology was there in the hands of the Chinese.
The main reason was the open test of anti-satellite weapons and the Chinese fractional orbital bombardment system. This military system involves launching a special nuclear warhead-equipped facility into low Earth orbit. The main threat of FOBs is its secrecy. Whereas a conventional missile can be detected and shot down in advance, the new system makes it impossible to determine the target's location. To withstand such an incredible threat, the United States had to urgently look for a way out, and they found it. Thanks to the joint work of the Pentagon and Elon Musk, a satellite has been created that can both detect any target at a distance of thousands of miles and destroy it. This technological marvel is called the James Webb Space Telescope. This is not an ordinary telescope as it may seem. However, to learn about its abilities, we need to go back to the time of its development.
It has worked beautifully. We are so thrilled with what it's doing and what it's showing us.
NASA began thinking about creating space weapons as early as 1965. At that time, scientists offered all sorts of options, from an ultra-long-range cannon firing into space to a satellite armed with a microwave. The first option was implemented in the form of the well-known railgun, but its power is still not enough to shoot down targets in space. But the second option was perfect. The first type of such telescope is the Hubble Space Telescope, but it was originally created without weapons. Its purpose was to test the design and determine all the possibilities of space intelligence. As we can see, the Hubble successfully passed the tests, after which it was reclassified into a scientific telescope and left in orbit. Then it was time to develop a new telescope. In cooperation with the Pentagon, NASA selected teams at the Space Flight Center and invited several military companies, including Lockheed Martin, to develop the project. Doesn't it seem unusual for a company that builds fighter jets, lasers, and other weapons to suddenly start developing a telescope? Later, Elon Musk and his SpaceX company, which as we already know is also significantly involved in U.S. military developments, joined the list of participants in the project. But what did they create? A real space weapon capable of performing military missions. The James Webb Telescope has the most powerful mirrors, cameras, and sensors that are 10 times more accurate than the Hubble. They have incredible capabilities in the infrared range so that everyone will be in the palm of the hand. The telescope's infrared sensors are able to track objects through clouds, dust, and other obstacles, so it's impossible to hide.
So you can take images at different wavelengths, and from the brightness of the light in different colors, you can deduce how far away the galaxy is.
As you can guess, the presence of the James Webb Telescope in space is a great opportunity for intelligence. There's no need to use radar and other stuff anymore, because now it's possible to inspect literally any object on Earth wherever it's located. We can talk for a long time about the sensitivity and resolution of the new telescope. There's even official data. According to the project members, the telescope is so powerful that it can distinguish a coin-sized object at a distance of 370 miles. This opens up a wide range of opportunities for interaction with military facilities. One of the best partners for the James Webb Telescope is the invisible B-21 Ryder bomber, which has the most powerful nuclear capability, speed, and stealth, but has too poor a radar. The James Webb Telescope solves this problem by transmitting the exact location of the targets that need to be bombed to the B-21. After that, the aircraft will drop several bombs at a speed of 1,860 miles per hour.
The B-21 Raider is the first strategic bomber in more than 3 decades. It is a testament to America's enduring advantages in ingenuity and innovation.
The connection between the satellite and the bomber is established using the celestial internet system, so there's no error in the coordinates. This tandem alone can already destroy all of the Chinese plans. But what about their FOB space system? It's located more than 250 miles above the ground, and of course a bomber will not reach such a target. It was to solve this problem that SpaceX and Lockheed Martin participated in the development, giving the James Webb Telescope attack capabilities. By the way, this is confirmed by the incredibly high development cost. For example, the creation of the Hubble cost $2.6 billion. The development of the James Webb Telescope has surpassed the threshold of $10 billion. Needless to say, most of the money was spent on the development of a new weapon, which is commonly known as the limiter laser system. This system is partially similar to a previous Lockheed Martin development called the laser weapon system, but it has a number of positive differences.
The environment's changing, and the threat's changing, and therefore we are looking at laser-directed energy weapons. They're around and about on ships.
While the previous system is literally a combat laser capable of burning through metal, the capability of the limiter system comes from its name. It limits the capabilities of its target in a very unusual way. The mirrors of the telescope collect solar energy in an internal storage where it accumulates like a battery charge. After accumulating a sufficient amount of charge, the cone-shaped emitter of the satellite shoots a laser beam towards the target. When it hits, the beam heats the body to high levels at which unprotected electronics either completely shut down or generate critical errors. You might think that the Chinese FOB system is protected from this. However, space satellites can only withstand critically low temperatures, but high temperatures remain a threat. This way, the James Webb Telescope can first detect FOBs with its most accurate sensors and disable it with an accurate laser salvo, leaving the multi-million-dollar system to float through space like a discarded tin can.
When the first images came back, I was just absolutely astounded at how good everything performed.
This is the real purpose of building such an expensive telescope as James Webb, but it's not the only one that can withstand threats from the enemy. Another candidate for the role of a space weapon could be the SR-72 Dark Star fighter jet, because its body is able to withstand incredible overloads and temperatures of up to 750 degrees Fahrenheit, which occurs when entering Earth's orbit. The Dark Star can reach an altitude of 20 miles, so the only thing left to do is to arm the fighter with long-range missiles, and the satellites of the enemy will be destroyed.
Strike fighter is going to be the backbone airplane for hauling freight. It is going to be the muscle part of sustained forces.
Another more eccentric version of such a weapon is the HARP installation in Alaska. Although scientists say that this is just a scientific station, in fact, an ion beam source of this size can produce incredible directional radiation. All that remains is to direct it at the satellites of the enemy, and their sensors will melt in a matter of minutes.
Controlling the weather is the ultimate superweapon. It's even more powerful than the atomic bomb.
These are forces at work that could wipe out major cities.
Thus, it's clear that the United States is increasingly creating various types of anti-space weapons. However, the James Webb Telescope is still the most powerful and diverse. We can only guess how the Chinese government is going to counter this. Perhaps they'll be able to redesign their hypersonic intercontinental missiles, which fly at a distance of 7,500 miles, so they'll have enough distance to shoot down the satellite. However, in this case, the United States will also take actions to protect the telescope and destroy the launch silos with the help of B-21. There are many options for the scenario, and it's too early to talk about them, but if we receive reliable information, we'll definitely share it with you. So subscribe to the channel and like this video. Also, don't forget to leave comments with your opinion on what you saw. We really read your feedback and are inspired to create content. Have a great day, and we'll see you soon.